Hello, I'm Dr. David Kordowitz and welcome to Computer Programming. Today we're going to be looking at setting up the Arduino IDE for use on your computer. This process will involve downloading, installing, and configuring the Arduino IDE such that it will work with the Circuit Playground Express, which we will be using in this course. Please note, you should not plug your Circuit Playground Express into the computer before following the steps to set the IDE up and configure it for the Circuit Playground Express. Let's begin. We are going to start this process at the Arduino webpage, which is at www.arduino.cc. At this point, we can go up to the Software tab up at the top of the page and click on Downloads. There are some free online tools, including the web editor. However, for the Circuit Playground Express, we would prefer that you use the standard IDE, and it will make your life much easier. You have multiple choices when you're downloading the IDE, and you can download it either for Windows or for Mac or for Linux. And when you download it for Windows, you have the choice of either using the installer or a zip file. The zip file version of the Arduino installer, of the Arduino IDE, simply requires you to unzip it and put it anywhere on your computer. This, however, will not install everything and will require some additional work on the back end for doing things that are non-conventional. So for today's demonstration, we are going to use the installer. So simply click on the installer to download it. It's going to ask you if you would like to make a donation to Arduino. If you do, you can go ahead and click on the donation. However, if you do not wish to do that at this time, click Just Download down at the bottom of the page. It will begin the download, which is at this time 112 megabytes, which will go pretty fast. And you now have the installer for the Arduino IDE. Since I'm using Chrome, I'm simply just going to click on the file now that it is complete down here to begin it. If you do not, you can go to your downloads file and double click on it. The computer is then going to ask you for user access control, which you must say yes because you're installing something to the whole computer. You're then confronted with this screen. This is a GNU user license. It's a GPL license. So basically it's saying that you can use the program, and there are certain rules that you have to follow in terms of if you make changes to it. At this time, since we don't intend to make changes or anything, I'm going to click OK. I'm then going to go ahead and install the Arduino software, leaving all boxes checked. So basically we want it to create menus and things like that. It is up to you whether you would like to change this at all, given where you want your setup to be. So we're going to click Next. Now it's asking where to install it to. We're just going to click Install. This process will take a few minutes as it is installing, and we will continue when this is complete. When it is completing installation, you may get a dialog box which asks you to install drivers for the Arduino. If you do get this, allow it to do it because these drivers are necessary for use of hardware with the Arduino IDE. Once you get to this completed screen, go ahead and click Close, and that will complete the install. Now we're going to configure the IDE for working with the Circuit Playground Express. The first thing you need to do is click on the Start menu and go ahead and start the Arduino IDE as is shown here. You'll get a splash screen which comes up, followed by the Arduino IDE program. Right now, we're just going to leave things as they are in terms of the sketch, but we're going to go ahead and set up our tools. So we're going to go to the Tools menu, and we're going to select under Board, we're going to select Boards Manager. We then want to go down and find the Arduino Circuit Playground Express, which is located in the SAMD boards. It keeps jumping a little bit, but it is over here on these 32-bit Cortex. Right now, I do have this installed. However, if I didn't, you can go ahead to say the SAMD boards, and we'll do this one, and we can click the Install button. This will go ahead and install the board. As this is happening, you will most likely get prompted to install further drivers to support your board. You may also get a user access control window pop up to ask you for permission to install to the computer overall. Now that we're complete, we can go ahead and hook up our Circuit Playground Express to our computer. When we hook the board up, you will receive the sound from Windows acknowledging that a new piece of hardware has been added. Your board will activate and possibly some of the LEDs will light up to let you know that the board has power. At this point, we go back to the Tools menu. It may ask you to install drivers. It may say something like that. Once this is done, come down in the Tools menu and go to Board, and then select from the SAMD 32-bit boards, select the Circuit Playground Express located in that menu under Adafruit Circuit Playground Express. The next step is going to be to come down to the port, and in my case the port is selected correctly because I've used this before, but in your case it may not be. Look for the port that is marked Adafruit Circuit Playground Express. If you have no port that is marked that way, choose the highest numbered COM port you can find. Typically this will be correct. To test whether or not our configuration is correct, we're going to take this default sketch, which does absolutely nothing, and press the right arrow button or upload. You should see things change down at the bottom of the screen, and once completed, it will say, it will tell you that it has successfully uploaded it, and it says done uploading, and all the LEDs except the power LED on your Arduino should go blank. If this does not work correctly, seek some troubleshooting help either through Adafruit or through the Arduino.cc website. You have now successfully configured your Arduino IDE for working with a Circuit Playground Express. If you need more support on this, please feel free to contact your instructor or reach out on the websites for Adafruit or Arduino to ask for help. If you are using a Mac or a Linux-based machine, this will only vary slightly in the install instructions. However, I would recommend looking at the documentation on the Arduino.cc website to understand how to install and use the Arduino IDE in a Macintosh or Linux environment. Thank you for your time today, and see you next time.